Peace and blessings, family. I'm your brother in the struggle, Ali. Today we're going to decipher the cipher when men control women's bodies. You have to understand that in order to have peace, truth, freedom, justice, and equality, you have to have peace, truth, freedom, justice, and equality. But unfortunately, men, particularly wealthy, politically active white men, are in full control of women's bodies in the wilderness of North America. Now, I'm a minister. I personally don't believe in abortions per se, but it's crazy even to me to even imagine a society where the government comes in and says that an abortion is illegal. This is supposed to be the United States of America, home of the brave and the free and all that crap. Now, I mean, it's literally ridiculous how they doing this, but they got it where men are literally controlling women's bodies. Now, I know family and friends that are female that actually suffered this. As a minister, I actually had to perform a janaza. I mean, I had to personally help bury a female because of governmental interference on her body. But the crazy part is this. Here is a woman, a white woman. And to me, I don't care if she's Christian, Muslim, white, black, whatever. Here's a woman named Marlena Stell that they already had one child, her and her husband, and they wanted to have another one. Okay. They got pregnant, and she carrying a baby. You know what I mean? She went to go check on, prenatal care, and the doctor seen that the fetus had a faint heartbeat. So the doctor basically was like, all right, well, look, come back in like a week or so I could check on it. And when she came back, she basically found out that the baby's heartbeat had stopped. So, unfortunately, they had a miscarriage. Now, because of Trumpism, the state of Texas, Houston, Texas, I believe it was, told her, your baby did not survive inside the womb. This happens in nature. This happens with horses. This happens with cows, fish, birds of the air, plants, you name it. Now, I mean, meaning what? Meaning that abortion is a universal law. Now, I mean, men go to sleep and sometimes they have wet dreams. They have nocturnal sessions during sleep. The sperm that they lose is not a sin of abortion. It's just part of the universal order of things. Some things live, some things don't live. Some people make choices that others disagree with. But in America, I could see if you was living in a Christian nation, a Jewish nation, a Muslim nation. I mean, that's your choice. But if you're living in the United States of America, or if you was kidnapped and forced into the wilderness of North America, and they claim to have a 4th Amendment, a 14th Amendment, and you have the constitutional right to be secure in your person against unlawful searches and procedures, you have a 10th Amendment right. The Supreme Court, instead of giving the right to the people, which this used to be a republic, as they called it, they now got it like they giving the powers to the states. So your state governor, your state legislators is making decisions about your body instead of you. The Supreme Court could have made it where they empowered you, but they intentionally, politically, and economically empowered the states. Why? Because of white supremacy, because of the mythology and the fear and the ignorance of racism. They want white women who have what they call a zero population growth in the wilderness of North America to produce more white babies because they have a problem. The problem is there's too many abortions taking place. The problem is too much birth control. There's too many condoms. There's too many morning after pills. There's too many black men having sex with white women. Why? The babies ain't coming out white. That's the reality behind the crap. But the pathetic thing is a woman should have the right to decide for herself. That should be left to her and her baby's father, the family. You know what I mean? The government shouldn't get into all that. You know what I mean? Ministers and captains and lieutenants and rabbis and imams and gurus, we have to stay in our lane. I mean, if they want advice from us, we could give them advice. If they want some counseling, we could give counseling. I mean, we could give our opinion. We can give spiritual laws and teachings or whatever. But it should never be illegal for a woman to decide what she want to do with something with her body. That's so disrespectful in the wilderness of North America in the year 2022. It just shows how far this country is falling apart. But long story short, the Miss Marlena Stell, the baby died. She had a miscarriage, basically. So now she got a dead fetus in her body. She explained she learned from the doctor. Of course, she's devastated. Her loved ones devastated, her family, But there's also a practical matter. Her life, her health is in jeopardy now. So she's like, okay, well, are you going to remove it? The doctor explained to her basically, because of the new law passed by the U.S. Supreme Court in Roe versus Wade, I can't take the dead fetus out. You have to go to another doctor and get a second confirmation. And she obeyed her doctor and went to another doctor. Now, keep in mind, she has a dead fetus in her body. When a fetus dies and anything dies in your body like that, it starts shedding cells. You know what I mean? The organs start deteriorating. So basically, she can become sterile. She can have liver malfunction, heart malfunction, brain, kidney It can physically kill her. She's walking around with a dead fetus in her body for weeks because of this new law under Roe versus Wade. This anti-abortion nonsense that they doing. You know what I mean? And since the government jumped all in it, she went to the second doctor. The second doctor performed a whole new battery of tests and gave her a whole brand new medical conclusion. Your baby did not survive. So she had to suffer 2 miscarriages for her 1 miscarriage. This is so crazy. It's ridiculous. But then that doctor explained to her that legally, under Texas law, that doctor could not remove the dead fetus from her body. She had to go to a third doctor. And finally, she got it removed from her body. I hope her and her husband or her boyfriend sue the city and the state and the government for this nonsense, because they jeopardized her life. She could have became sterile just because she's walking around with a dead fetus in all this time. All because of this so-called Roe versus Wade nonsense. So I just was like watching this crap on CNN, and I was like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And I just want to offer my condolences and my sincere Islamic prayers to this non-Muslim white woman. I mean, and I pray within and work without that women worldwide wake up and realize that y'all have to organize and get y'all thing together as far as stopping us men from controlling your minds and your bodies and your politics and your economics. The struggle continues. If you can't get freedom, justice, and equality under Islam, you can't get freedom, justice, and equality nowhere. Peace.